for having entrusted me and found it fit that I represent them in this prestigious house. I've been actually on the queue for the last 4 or so days waiting to speak, but I think my time was meant for today, so I say thank you very much. Allow me to say congratulations for being elected as our Deputy Speaker, and to our good Speaker in absentia, allow me also to say congratulations. Madam Speaker, I will also wish to take this opportunity to sincerely thank the people of Rwanda for having trusted me as a member of Parliament in this prestigious house. It was my first attempt, and out of great respect, they found it fit that I could present them. I want to say thank you very much, the great men and women of Rwanda who woke up very early in the morning to cast their votes, and also in my favor as a member of Parliament. I want to say that Rwanda constituency actually faces a number of challenges, and I did run my campaign on the platform of change, the platform of transformation, and I do believe that during my reign as a member of Parliament, I will be able to champion their interests and represent the people of Rwanda in a way that so befits them. Madam Speaker, Rwanda experiences a huge challenge in terms of youth unemployment. We have a large mass of young people who remain unemployed, and this remains an issue of concern, just like it happens in the rest of the country. We have issues to do with infrastructure, and therefore, during my campaign, I ran the campaign the platform of an IC agenda, where I stood for infrastructure, Madam Speaker. Infrastructure is a very, very important component for any kind of development to happen in any given place in this country. And I desire that on the platform of infrastructure, we have 2 important roads in Rwanda, which I desire that in the course of time should be completed. We have one, Maseno-Kombewa. Madam Speaker, this is a road that began more than 8 years ago and has remained to be incomplete. I do believe that I'll be able to champion for the same and ensure that that road is completed and of great use to the people. This road, Madam Speaker, does cut across 3 counties and 3 sub-counties. That is Rwanda, Radieda, and Seme. The road began from Seme, but for some reason or the other, stopped when it reached Rwanda. It's my prayer that we may be able to find out the reasons behind it and ensure that it's complete. We equally have another very, very important infrastructure. That is the road that connects Rwanda to Mbale. Madam Speaker, I seek to ensure that in partnership with the national government, that this road is completed in a record time. I also had an agenda of security, and as we speak, insecurity is a matter of concern across this country, and more so to the business community in Rwanda. Rwanda constituency has got 5 gazetted police stations, Madam Speaker, but of these 5, only one that was constructed many, many years ago, and the rest are not. It's my prayer that during my reign, we may be able to improve on security by ensuring that we have been able to put up modern police stations, fully deployed with an OCS, that will be able to ensure that security is improved, more so to the business community and the general population of Rwanda. We had an agenda on education, Madam Speaker. This agenda is dear to us because Rwanda being what it is, Madam Speaker, we are limited in the sense that we have very little land. But I believe that the only way we can be able to empower people is ensuring that they have access to bursary, ensuring that they are well supported in matters of education, which will improve their welfare, and more so enable them be self-employed or even create employment, Madam Speaker. Therefore, we seek to ensure that our only TVET, which we so desire to have many years ago, Madam Speaker, is brought to fruition, and this I intend to pursue with the relevant relevant government authorities to ensure that it is done. Madam Speaker, we have one more important thing that we need to bring to your attention. That is about empowerment. We find that with the rate of unemployment happening in our country, the only way we can be able to bridge this gap, the gap between the rich and the low people, Madam Speaker, is ensuring that our people are well empowered. The government, the current administration, has a fund which we refer to as a Hustlers Fund, Madam Speaker. Though this country has had very many other funds. We have the Wezo Fund, we have the Women Fund, we have the Youth Enterprise Fund, and here comes now the Hustlers Fund, Madam Speaker. It's my prayer that this fund will go a long way in empowering the Mamamboga, in empowering the border person, so that these people can be able to come up in a way that will be able to feed and ensure that they take care of their families. Madam Speaker, on the order of the day, which is about the motion on the Committee on Selection, I have a few things to note, Madam Speaker. It is true that, as rightly put by members before me, that we have very many people who may have chosen specific committees. You know, the notion out here, Madam Speaker, is that these committees have got weights. Weights in the sense that there are those which are more important than others. But I believe that as members of this prestigious house, we should be able to ensure there's fairness, there's equity, and more so representation. For example, looking at the members that have been put forward, a committee of 5 people, Madam Speaker. But I failed to feature or to see a member who will be able to articulate, for example, under the Azimio umbrella, who will be able to stand out and represent a small party in the name of DAP, Madam Speaker. Therefore, my prayer that the committee sits down to decide. They sit down to maybe distribute. They sit down to maybe allocate these committees, Madam Speaker. We shall see fairness. We shall see experience being put into practice. We shall see professionalism being put into practice, Madam Speaker. It may not make so much sense, for example, that a member is put in a committee that he'll have little to contribute. Whereas, with his experience or expertise, this person can be of great use to another committee and be able to contribute to the development of this nation. Madam Speaker, my prayer is that this committee sits down, let them gel between the more experienced people, so far referred as the ranking members, and the newly elected members, so that the ranking members may be able to bring in their wealth of experience. And the new members, Madam Speaker, may also be able to bring in new ideas, may be able to bring in new philosophies. And out of that, Madam Speaker, I believe that we shall be able to have a committee that will be able to present representation, a committee that will be able to provide oversight, and a committee that will be able to stand for the people. We discover, Madam Speaker, that the current system of government we have, it is only this House that can provide oversight. This House can only provide oversight if we have men and women of integrity, men and women of unquestionable character, men and women, Madam Speaker, who will be able to champion for the rights of the people, to champion for the interests of all the people. And that can only happen by having ably, well-represented committees in this House, Madam Speaker. I therefore wish to conclude by saying, Madam Speaker, that I support the names provided, or the names indicated, and do pray that the committees will provide a very, very fair way in which anybody can find himself well representing the people that came, the people that sent him here. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Asante sana.
Member for Mosop constituency.
Madam Speaker, allow me to, first of all, thank you for this opportunity that you've given me. But before that, I want to thank God for this opportunity, because I came to realize that it was by the grace of God that I made it to this house. Against all odds, that coming from diaspora, running for